How's it going, folks? So before I get this show on the road with this One Piece Heart of Gold special review underway, I want to briefly mention a few things about the actual One Piece Film Gold movie. If you're not aware, there's a couple of articles that dropped on Anime News Network. One of them, obviously the main article that dropped, was how we've got a list of countries that as of today are airing One Piece Film Gold in theaters, and apparently it's in 33 confirmed countries that will screen One Piece Film Gold. And good news for us, England. There's a couple of other countries as well, but as of right now, you get the point. And this also means two things. It won't be long before we get the actual English dub, and it might not actually be that long before we get this online. So I just want to put that out briefly. If you're not aware, the link is in the description box below. I'll post that. So got me amped up for the movie because it, as we all know, it's a prequel. So a thing at the end, ending credits. I did do a live reaction, but I kind of missed the last part where we saw Rob Lucci and even Gil Tesoro. Although we kind of knew he was going to make an appearance at some point because, again, this is a prequel to what's going to happen in One Piece Film Gold. And actually, I want to take that back because it's actually a prequel to Episode 0, because by the end, we see the Straw Hats wearing the exact same costume we saw in Episode 0 for the 10-minute special. That being said, this special, I can break it down into three parts: the beginning, middle, and end. I'm glad this gets you ready for One Piece Film Gold, and there's a couple of things that sets up some brief encounters that we know is going to take place in Film Gold. So here we go, and we start off the actual special with a girl, Olga, and apparently she's from an island or island of alchemy where it produces gold, and I'll get into that in a minute. And she's being taken by the Marines and the world government, and we come to find out that CP0 are behind this, and Mad Treasure making its appearance. And first off, they have like a camouflage ability, so they can camouflage their ship, so they can't. So the enemies, unless they got colour of observation, and I'll get into that in a minute, colour of observation hockey, they can't sense their ship coming, which is kind of weird considering the fact that a member of CP0 was on that ship, and he couldn't detect the fact that they were under ambush. And from what I gathered, CP0 aren't really supposed to be pushovers, considering the fact they're led by Rob Lucci. He uses this chance to escape, and she comes soon after comes into contact with the Straw Hats. But before she does that, she actually sings a song, which is actually kind of nice. It's a catchy, really catchy song, and which actually serves as a plot device later on in the special. But the whole thing with Mad Treasure, they kind of let her go. So because she has a way of getting, first off, the country or the island that she comes from, Alchemy, produces gold. So obviously that's not only attracted CP0, but we see Miskina Olga account with the Straw Hats, and it's kind of funny how that happened because Luffy was fishing, she's running away on the lizard, and then the lizard gets baited in with the meat. And by the way, the personalities of Luffy and Olga were similar because they both like to eat, they both like causing mischief, and yeah, it was a friendship from the word go. Although she turns out really stuck up and just a complete brat at first, but we come to learn there's more to it than just that. And she encounters a Straw Hat. She actually tries to take Luffy hostage, although nobody gave it for it. I thought that was kind of funny. Actually, when she pulled that blade, I actually thought that was Zoro. So, but no, it turns out she had a blade on her. But it didn't last long because then we get the Mad Treasure and his pirates coming in from out of nowhere. And this is what I said about the Psycho P with the camouflage spray paint that he had. It did even work because Zoro, Sanji, Luffy, and even Usopp detected that ship straight away with color observations. I thought that was kind of cool. Even Usopp detected that shit coming, so that was kind of neat. And then we see the war break out. Before any of that gets concluded, we see we'll come to find out two things. Number one, Nami finds out that Olga is from the island of Alchemy, where they produce gold. Obviously, takes an instant interest, and then we come to find out she has a ring with not only with gold inside, but it acts as a navigation device, kind of like the lag pose. And that's one of the things that Usopp asked her: so how do you expect to get to this island? And number one, that island turned out it was swallowed up by Bonbari, the huge ass Sea King that swallowed up an entire island filled with gold. So that if that doesn't give you like Skypiea vibes, I don't know, or even Laboon, what we saw with Laboon vibes, I don't know what does. So that was kind of cool, a plot twist for Luffy because and it almost instantly, and this again is kind of disappointing, but this usually happens in each special. We get the usual Brook, Chopper, Usopp, Nami, and Robin getting kidnapped by Mad Treasure. Although they kind of use that to bait Luffy to like not only to bait Luffy to stop him from fighting back, but also to. First up, I want to know how Nami and Robin ended up in those like Egyptian outfits. That's kind of weird because it was in like the hunting gear first off, and then they went into that gear. I thought it was kind of weird, but whatever. It is what it is. Anyway, obviously, needs to find Zoro, Sanji, and Frankie, the only ones who were kidnapped, obviously. Um, and it do eventually end up meeting up. But before then, Luffy has like an encounter with who we come to find out is Olga's dad, which I thought was kind of interesting. Parts of the entire special is when Brook is playing the piano. When we find out that the notes that Brook was playing was actually for the song that Olga was singing before she met the Straw Hats, and apparently we couldn't find out that song was sang to her by her mother before she died. So I thought that was kind of interesting. It was all ties in together, and it focuses a little bit on Brook because if he gets a note wrong, because the notes were kind of like blurred up, and there's a part of the page that was teared up. So if they get this wrong, if they get the if Brook gets the notes wrong, then the rest of the Striders get fucked and they get pierced with arrows. But even then, you see each of the Straw Hats like grab the arrows, Robin first, then Chopper blocks, then Usopp like slaps the living shit out with the help of Rob, which I thought was cool as hell. And, like even though they got kidnapped, they're still putting in the work, the team effort, which I love when it comes to the Straw Hats. So it says go ahead, Brook, play the song, and then you got Olga that's playing as well, and even after that, all that work, and we see a couple of poneglyphs as well. So obviously Robin becomes a key player when they get taken hostage because she's the only one who can read. The way she got treated was kind of fucked up. But that being said, even before them, and then we see the like an alligator's mouth where we see a load of keys. Nami has the key to try and open it, but there's like 17 keyholes, so you can't. So she really has a hard time of pinpointing which is the key, and she gets electric shock, and she doesn't find the right one. Then Olga tries her hand, she gets shocked with electricity, and then from out of nowhere, in comes Luffy, gear second, bust that shit. That was amazing. In terms of specials, it probably doesn't get much better than this. Then I'm gonna wrap this up finally with obviously the plot purpose at the end of this. Mad Treasure gets dissolved by the digestive slime in his never-ending ambition of collecting treasure. And before then, we actually see them have an encounter with Tanaka, who we come to find out important. Now, this is where the setup for the movie comes in, and this is why I left it to last. We couldn't find out during the movie. Nami has a bit of character development because we couldn't find out and we know it's Karina because the way she was describing, and we know they're gonna have an encounter and a rivalry in the movie, so that's gonna be interesting. So she and Karina, and we come to find out they had an encounter because Nami knew who Mad Treasure was as well. And it turns out when she was robbing when she was stealing treasure, it turns out she went ahead and stole a bit of treasure from my treasure. Her and Karina fucked up. They got captured. Karina left her, and ditched Nami, and then went off without a trace. And then the other thing we come to find out as well is Tanaka was like trying to like convince him to collect all the gold and make sure you do not lose Miskina Ogo, because obviously it's going to be important to. We come to find out Gil Tesoro, we know was going to make an appearance in this movie, and he did. After the credits, which I thought was kind of neat, we do see Kurita there as well, which was kind of hot. But that being said, the last part of this special leads them to Gran Tesoro, and especially that's where the setup for the movie begins, and that's actually the setup towards the episode 0 special that we got a week ago. So I thought that's kind of neat how it all ties itself in. Again, what more can I say? In terms of special, it does get much better than this. Again, it was a special, so nothing overly spectacular, but it was good for what it was. I enjoyed it. But that's going to do this for a long ass review. Like it if you did appreciate that. And let me know, guys, are you hyped? Let's not forget that apparently One Piece Film Gold is going to be shot as of today through theaters in England and the US and 33 countries as well. So that's going to be cool. I'll leave a link in the description box below. Let me know what you guys think. Comment, rate, subscribe. Catch you guys later. Bye.